Hello everyone. Hello everyone and welcome back to my game development series. This week a lot of things have changed, and no, I'm not talking about the fact that I grew a beard, changed my t-shirt after 3 videos of wearing the same one, or moved to a different room. One of the things I'm talking about is this. It's our old logo and we finally got rid of it. I replaced it with this cute monkey drawing, and that's all thanks to Thomas, who is a really good friend of mine. He made this drawing and then I vectorized it in Inkscape to come up with this result. Thomas, thank you so much, because if I had to draw it, it would have turned out incredibly bad. Another thing you might have noticed is that there is some music playing in the background, and that is thanks to Jonathan, who is another good friend of mine. In fact, he's the one who worked on the artificial intelligence project I talked about in my first video. I'm so glad he's helping me out with the music, because the most musical thing I can produce sounds like this. Great, right? Anyways, moving on to the game. This week I did some level design, and to get into the mood of that, I decided to first make a tiny scene in Blender. So this is the little scene I made in Blender. It's not that big. And then I rendered it with the Eevee render engine. I got this result and I was quite happy with it. I decided to post that picture on my Instagram since I hadn't posted there anything for a long time. Definitely follow me there, because if I got some more eye candy of the game, that's the first place where you will see it. On Saturday, a key of my keyboard broke off. It already happened once, so I knew how to fix it, and luckily it isn't even that difficult. I then made a lot of drawings and plans of the level I wanted to design. One of the difficulties in doing that was that I had written a story, and certain parts of that story have to take place in certain parts of the level. And of course I don't want the character to be magically jumping around from one place to the other, right? Because that would be terrible. With all my plans in place, I jumped into Unity and started creating the level. This is just a tiny portion of what I made. As you can see, for example, we've got here these entrances to the corridors, but the corridors themselves aren't visible. I actually already made them, but just made them invisible for the purpose of this video, because otherwise you could already see the entire layout of the map. Once I had a part of the level finished, I really wanted to walk around in it. So I threw together a stick figure in Blender. It's just a temporary placeholder and I'll definitely make better characters. I also gave it a rig such that I could animate it, and then exported all of that to Unity, which is a process that was fairly easy. You know what I'm talking about if you watched my previous video. I also wrote a few scripts such that you could actually press keys to walk around, and then got this result inside of Unity. As you can see, the camera can still move through walls. That's just all a work in progress. I'm still working on it. And now we can walk around. As you can see, there's also no water in these sewers yet. That's something I'll have to do. There's lots of things I'll have to do. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You can walk around in it. On Wednesday, I visited my 2 best friends, the ones I talked about at the beginning of this video. They are studying in Leuven, which means they have a future, and I don't, except when you buy my game once it is finished. We talked about a lot of things, as we always do when we meet each other, and we even spent 2 hours going through the entire story of my game. They gave a bunch of feedback, which I will now have to process and take into account. But of course that's a good thing, because the game can only become better because of it. During my train ride back home, I prepared this video. Today is Thursday, which is the day I record these videos. I also edit them and already upload them on YouTube, such that they are ready to go live on Friday. I'll usually also have a bit of time left on Thursday, so I'm working on this little side project, but I might talk about that once I've got something to show you. Next week I'll be programming the AI for my NPCs. If you don't want to miss that video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.